There is one in Ahu, Taipei City, Chinese restaurant with high CP value. Whether it is handmade dumplings, various noodles and soups, all very cheap and generous portions. The signature Shandong roast chicken is almost a must-order on every table. Shredded chicken with special sauce. The meat is soft but not firewood, very refreshing, multi-layered taste. This store was originally opened on the radio station, underground staff canteen, however, affected by the epidemic. Business is not as good as before. Boss Wang Jiong faces life test. How did you get out of the predicament? Let's see together. Come and welcome. 3 good ones. Come to us, please, thank you. Thank you to 17th. I only eat this Shandong roast chicken. Strong smell. The aroma of coriander and cucumber is all there. And the sour taste of vinegar. Garlic grilled chicken smells all over the place. Every time there are many people. Ingredients inside, the food with it is very fresh. And it's all delicious. What kind of delicious? Let gourmets rave, regardless of weekdays and holidays. Ask every meal. Emerging crowd instantly fills up the restaurant. I see must order for every table. This is a tender and juicy meat, Shandong roasted chicken with sour flavor. Roast chicken outside, but it's not as delicious as it is here. It's special sauce. Then whether it is used here, or it also has takeaway. You can also take it home and eat it. It's delicious. I think it's delicious, because it's supposed to be chicken breast. So less greasy, then it tastes refreshing. It's just a bit sweet and sour. Tender but not chai chicken, drizzled with sour, fragrant and bright white vinegar sauce. Served with crispy gherkins, garnish with cilantro. Tongue with big taste buds and multi-layered flavors. This is what an insider understands. Except Shandong roast chicken, the staple food here is noodles, rice dumplings, etc. Are quite cheap. High consumption area in Nahus Science Park can be said to be cheap. CP value is quite high, and the behind the scenes of these delicious. It comes from a 50-year-old foundation. Restaurateur Wang Jiong. It has a trachea around its neck. He didn't handle it well. We have to pull it out. Wang Jiong early in the morning, just busy cleaning and checking the broiler. Daily limited Shandong roast chicken. The degree of agricultural fiber must be carefully selected. We usually weigh about 3 caddies. Not too small and not too big, because this chicken is just right. It won't be very old and it won't say that the meat is more cooked. 3 pounds of standard body, to get into Wang Jiong's eyes. This size will make the meat more tender. This size meat alone will be more tender. After taking a bath, I have to groom the chicken. We will be doing sugar color, so use 2 sand. Ursha is first boiled with oil. Then just caramelize. Then put it on the skin of the chicken. Do you have any tricks for making this candy color? No fear of it burning like this. So keep stirring right. 2 granulated sugar is the most natural coloring agent. Exudes a faint sugar aroma. The purpose is to color the chicken. It will sell better. When my dad used to make, he uses the chicken to marinate first. Soy sauce, onion, ginger and star anise soaked. Soak it overnight and fry it the next day. Fried and steamed. After steaming, use that sauce. Add garlic to salad. Later, I felt that the chicken itself was very salty. So I didn't pickle. Go straight to the sauce. Everyone's favorite taste in Taiwan. When I was young, I could only eat it during Chinese New Year. I can't eat it on weekdays. You can eat it when you add food at home during the Chinese New Year. The taste of food is memory. Is also a miss. Wang Jiong's Shandong roast chicken, well received. In fact, it is related to the growth background. His parents are Korean overseas Chinese. Once opened a Chinese restaurant in Korea. When Wang Jiong was young, childhood is spent in the store. Since I was a child, I would pack water hinges at home. Those I can do anything. Learn from mom. What kind of noodles do you eat at home? I can do anything. My dad was in his 40s. I am 15 years old. Dad, looks like a blood vessel burst. Rarely go to the hospital to check what. Just fainted all of a sudden. At that time my dad was 2. Did not explain anything. Didn't say anything. Gone all of a sudden. Didn't say anything. Dad passed away suddenly. Now think of it. He still couldn't hold back the tears. But when he was young, don't have much time to be sad. Because the family's economic environment is not good, he has to help share the family budget. After Dad passed away, I don't go to school anymore. I just learn it in restaurants outside. I've been doing this since I was a teenager. At that time, wages in Japan were relatively high, purely to make money. Make more money. I have been in Japan for almost 9 years. Wang Jiang started when he was 10 years old, just practice in the kitchen. It also laid the foundation of culinary skills. Went to Japan when I was 19, Chinese restaurant training. At the age of 29, I met the immigration wave of the Korean overseas Chinese community. The whole family also moved to Taiwan to live. Unfamiliar at that time. Everything starts from scratch. The skin is colored. We are going to use steamed, not fried. Instant setting and coloring at high temperature. The chicken is fried until the skin is golden. But to create a meaty texture that is hard on the outside and tender on the inside, gotta put it in a steamer for a steam bath. When steaming, also add star anise shallots to remove fishy smell. Adds natural spice. Hello. My table is 19. The big table is 19. Okay, thanks. You are fried rice times 3. Mr. Wu, what day do you say? Wait a moment. Is it noon on the 20th? Okay, thank you. Noon time. Busy at the front to greet guests. It's Mrs. Xin Yueying. Also Wang Jiang's best right-hand man. Just married. We two come out and fight. Just find a store. In Yonghut Yushi Street. Just came across a storefront. We just do it together. We don't have a honeymoon. I started doing it 3 days after I got married. When I first came to Taiwan, Wang Jiang originally opened a restaurant in Yonghua. Craftsmanship is appreciated by guests. Slowly accumulating word of mouth. Under the introduction of customers and friends. Go to the Ministry of National Defense camp in Mucha for a group meal. Do this for 20 years. Later military units were streamlined and abolished. He went to and fro to rent the basement of CNR. Employee canteen management right. Although remote. But the good taste can't be hidden. Attracted many people to visit. We have eaten at this restaurant for a long time. We've eaten since that radio station. Really, how is this store? What do you think of his roast chicken? All good, all good. Really, how good? I won't say indescribable. All those old customers. Follow us everywhere. Wherever they move, they still come the same. Guests follow good taste. Wang Jiangwang is the taste of Shandong roast chicken. Every year before Chinese New Year, more than 1,000 orders. In addition, the ancient-style braised pig's feet. It is also a famous sign in the store. Our braised pig's feet use the front feet of pigs, 4 foot meaty. Generally speaking, the front foot is better. After chilling, wash away the blood. Its flesh will tighten. Then we go down and braise. That meat quality is Q. We make it easier. Pure on, no color added. Add nothing. Then make your own sugar and soy sauce. Add oyster sauce, star anise, and green onion. Signature braised pork knuckle. The pig is so shiny, moderately fat and thin, it melts in your mouth. Buddha jumps over the wall only when you book a table. It is also a hidden dish in the store. We cook this soup by ourselves. We use chicken bones to make soup. Then add ginger. How long to boil the broth? About an hour or so. Let's put the ribs first. The ribs go down. It was last fished. Its flesh is floating upwards. Something soft on top. Hard stuff down there. Desktop Buddha jumps over the wall. Contains abalone, scallop, and sea cucumber, ribs, pork belly, and more than 10 kinds of ingredients. With natural broth, the soup is really rich in flavor. The dishes in the store are cheap and large, regardless of whether it is a handmade water hinge with thin skin and a lot of stuffing, or special cuttlefish sausage. It is also a signboard that everyone must order every time they come. Its filling is relatively full. It actually tastes like, also bigger. Then there will be satiety. Taste QQ is delicious. Not like having some pig feet. Overcooked like this. The chewiness is just right and it's great. The dishes are better. Be delicious, be delicious. Do it sincerely. Do things well. Will. The guests must be satisfied. Will definitely come again next time. If you can help him share, help him do this. Just keep doing it steadily. Just make money. It's fine if you don't lose money. Run a restaurant. What kind of feeling is it? Just very happy, very happy. Family together like this. Facing any challenge without fear of hardship. Wang Jiang's Shandong roast chicken proved one thing. As long as you are willing to do it seriously, can't hide the deliciousness. Accumulated strength. Everyone can create their own stage. Speaking of students' favorite food, it's just cheap, delicious, and big portions. In the Gongguan Business District near National Taiwan University, there is a 50-year-old fast food restaurant. Very popular. Because there are many students and office workers around. Let this advertise a high CP value. Like a salty chicken drumstick rice. Tender and juicy. Served with rich side dishes, plus unlimited free refills of sweet and salty soup. Let students always spend less money. Can eat very satisfying. In addition, there is lu rou rice with ancient taste. Refreshing braised beef noodles. There are also fried rice and ribs rice fried quickly. Every meal can be varied. Cheap and big bowl, popular with local students. Many people have graduated for many years, still can't forget this nostalgic taste. Busy streets of Taipei. People coming and going. This is near National Taiwan University, Gongguan Business District. Hidden in a park. 50-year-old cheap restaurant. It is the favorite of many students and office workers. Lu rou rice is cheap and a big bowl. It's very close to our school. It's very convenient to come here. Then add the fact that this area, relatively cheap. Then there is the portion of food. Probably this one is a student, so it's still recommended. Because the portion is large. Then the CP value is good. If you want to save money, just a good choice. Student mouthful. That's the specialty of this store. You can tell just by looking at the quantity. The store's sincerity. Chicken thighs are very tasty. The chicken is juicy and soft. In fact, you poke lightly with chopsticks to separate its flesh and blood. Like us girls, eating is more elegant. I think when it eats, very convenient. Then it's delicious. Not greasy. If I'm not particularly hungry that day, I have to order a special meal. Because it's really big. Signature chicken drumstick rice. The chicken is tender and juicy and sweet. One bite is full of happiness. Relying on the boss Wen Chenghao, in the kitchen every day. Marinated special sauce. Material inside, onion, ginger pepper star anise rock candy. Go down and fry. Allspice powder, cinnamon powder, licorice powder, some traditional Chinese medicine to boil. Raw chicken legs, go down to marinate. Just simmer for 10 minutes. Turn off the heat and simmer for 10 minutes, about the size of a palm. 82. Then boned. Even the side dishes are not sloppy. Our side dish today is marinated white radish, stir-fried beans with 1,000 slices of cabbage. Pair it with snow red and a little green. It will look better. Check out the season. If the food is expensive, I mainly use cabbage. If it is cheap, mainly leafy vegetables. Change the dishes in the row. The color of the side dish, 2 hearty side dishes plus 1 green vegetable, is the basic dish. If you add poached eggs, is fast food. Students are more frugal. General lu rou rice in the past are traditional. It's just a braised pork. Just a pickled yellow grape slice. Later I considered that. Children want to call xiao kai. Combined with the economy, the price is very high. I will match some. Add eggs and 2 side dishes. He has food. Just don't order side dishes. More cost effective. Lu Rufin with the highest CP value. Have a bowl. There are poached eggs and 3 dishes. Drizzle with marinade. Feel very full. That's what the family eats. Similar to this taste. It's all freshly made. We rarely buy processed food. Did you teach your son the craft? He just followed. 30 to 40 years. Follow the master. We also learned. Has been passed down. She is Wen Zhenghao's mother, Wu Ruihua. He is also the first generation owner of this store. 50 years in business. As early as 10 years ago, it was completely handed over to the son. Enjoy retirement. But I still come to the store to help from time to time. This remodeled storefront, just compare. Looks neater. More modern. Looking at old photos, expressive. From the beginning of the store to the present. In total, it has undergone 3 relocations. Every period. Give different meanings, but it will start this business back then. Never thought about it. Do it for 50 years. Selling beef noodles at the beginning. Then the student said. He said, Aunt. You make noodles like this every day. We will get tired of eating. You sell rice. Then selling food will get better and better. So me and my husband. We let go of business. It became a side job. At that time, I decided to switch to this line of work. From dining to the uninitiated, accumulate experience and strength step by step. Start with beef noodles. Naturally, this is also a feature. That pot of soup. We started. Just use the original juice to adjust. Because the original juice will be saltier after all. Just add some water, some seasoning. We use that. Tendon of tendon. Spicy bean paste with rock sugar. Go with bean paste, onion and ginger. Stir fry and add rice wine. Go down and cook. The smooth and tender noodles are full of soup. Served with soft and firm beef cubes. This bowl of braised beef noodles, it tastes refreshing and sweet. Very mouth-watering. If you don't want to eat noodles, can eat beef, fast food. Cooperate with students' economic ability. Take the cheap route. In the 60s of the Republic of China, there are many cram schools. There are only 4 near me. In a hurry. If you want to eat fast. He thinks it's more cost-effective to say. Different from others, we all have fast food. It is also a combination of several dishes, so we dare not go too high price. Mainly our objects are, the early three bosses are here. National Defense Bible College has many students. National Taiwan University is all cram school. The most important thing is to do this. Fewer customers from outside. Simple way to eat, but many graduates. Good taste of nostalgia. Good taste of nostalgia. If you eat for a long time, you'll know it when you are a student. Come to eat occasionally. There will be 3 or 4 side dishes. I think the price is quite reasonable. Is full of parity. 50 or 61. Lots of different kinds of dishes. Even the nutrition will be full and balanced. In addition to side dishes will always be replaced. Generous portion of rice. Then match the store. Unlimited soup. Make here a meal time. Is full of seats. I seem to be from when I first started college. Just come here to eat. There will be a hot soup. And frogs lay eggs. Does this need money? Need not. Is all you can drink. It can also take sweet soup for free. Salty hot soup. And the boss uses materials. Actually full. He's in the soup. In fact, there are real materials. Free sweet soup. It tastes refreshing and appetizing. The hot soup will change flavors from time to time. Constant is. Must be full. Unlimited free refills for internal use. Even takeaway. Will also help you attach. The concept of the previous generation is that. I hope students come to eat. Don't make them hungry. So keep going. The wait will always be fixed like this. I still hope that. Guests who come here to eat will think that. They like it. Have that sense of value. So I keep walking. It's my mother's original route. Persist in continuing the concept of mother. Because when Zhenghao thinks, the human touch of doing business. Worth more than anything. Many shops are mainly to make money. In fact, this is how business is done. Outside, after turning around and coming back to the store. And then there's that human touch in. It's really hard to feel. After a long time, we became old friends. They sometimes celebrate New Year's Eve. They will come to visit us with gifts. So feel like saying, really friends. The emotion is indescribable. It also made when Zhenghao's eyes red. Although I know it's hard work. But it's also him. One of the reasons for wanting to come back and inherit. Sometimes want to give up. Why? Tired, really tired. I have tennis elbow here. Elbows are sometimes weak. Sometimes I can't lift up here. I also went to the anti-inflammatory. There was no way before. Go out with your little ones. How about a walk? Would feel like saying, is it worth it to be so tiring? Long time. I heard old customers encourage us like this again. I just want to say keep watching. He comes to the store at 9 o'clock every day. We're about to start rushing to procure materials. Every fresh ingredient. Be ready by 10:30. Although the items sold in the store are dazzling. There are 230 kinds. Even if the customer orders 200-300 bento boxes, not a problem. Because he moves very fast. It can be completely digested in 2 or 3 strokes. One thing. It's impossible for you to get him to start right away. You won't once, twice, 3, 4 times. Besides, it's been 10 years. I'm already familiar with it. I'm already familiar with it. Keep these. Pretty much a bestseller. Mainly means, change the same thing. Except mom. Wife greets guests at the front desk. My father sometimes becomes a delivery man. Help deliver meals. The family and the masters are in the shop, busy in and out. Every dish. It's all his hard work. Stir fry over high heat until the rice grains are fragrant. Stir fry with lots of ingredients. Crispy fried rice. Tumbling in the pan. Full of wok. Fry fast and fast. Fried rice. Evenly dipped into the sauce. Fragrant taste makes the index finger move. Pork rib rice wrapped in a layer, deep fried until golden and crispy. Spare ribs bigger than the palm of your hand. Crispy and tender. With rich side dishes, a whole plate looks like, full of sincerity. Regardless of chicken, duck, fish and cattle, any main course can be replaced. There are also many old customers. Good taste after eating for 340 years. His beef noodle ribs. Chicken rice is delicious. And that pig's foot. Always come to eat. We live abroad now. Coming back is the first day and the second day. Coming back is the first day and the second day. We'll come here to eat. Back from New Zealand. Come to eat every day. More traditional. Very much to our taste. So we often come to eat. Will not get tired of eating. I won't get tired of eating. Not only old customer support, Wu Ruiwa also uses the store. Raised a child. Take care of many old employees. Come sit down. Hello. Like our old employees for more than 30 years. Many other employees. There are several more than 10 years old. Even they are 340 years old. Some have left and some have already left. He is already in his 90s and 100s. Nice, it's kind of like a family business. We get along like a family. so they stay long. It is not easy for a store to go through 50 years. What Wu Ruihua wants to thank most is Jianzi. Relatives come and say, your child is very filial. In this age, it should be like this. As long as your parents are away, he will immediately, Mom, have you eaten yet? Mom, what are you doing? What to do like this? Thank you for taking good care of this store. Right. When I was young, I saw them, parents, like this, really tired. And then to myself. Run it yourself. After taking over. Realized. A memory. Grew up here. Don't say there is no topic in the future. I can tell my son. At least he is now. Also grew up in this environment. Many stories and memories, in this 50-year-old diner. Weaving scenes of warm pictures. Boss family. Silently accompany students and office workers, through countless years. Continue to use delicious and affordable meals. Create more good taste. Under the old banyan tree in Taipei's century-old Zhejiang temple, there is a seafood stall that has been selling for 30 years. Signature dish egg crisp casserole fish head. The appearance is very attractive. Boss wife Zhang Wu Jin. Homemade half-moon meringue standing upright. 15 kinds of materials are well paved. The flipped big fish head is delicious. This pot has become the treasure of the town shop. No matter the season, there will be gourmets coming to find fragrance. In fact, in order to support the family and children, Zhang Wu Jin has worked as a cement worker washing cars. Meet by chance. Came to sell seafood in front of Mazu Temple. She is self-taught. It turned out to be a table of good dishes. I often laugh and say I got it. Mizubo and the blessing of the centennial tree god. Let's take a look at the story of this Aunt Jean. Two people, three people. Sitting under the banyan tree and hearing the island calling. I feel very happy, just like going to the countryside. Fish head casserole. I've been here for 30 years and I've been selling for 30 years. It's not good to do business here at first. Mother Mazu help me. Make my business better. Full pot and cheap price. Fish head casserole is the most famous on their side. Delicious. He uses that big chub head. There are a lot of materials inside. People who have never been here don't know. The feeling of sitting here and eating. Really good. Real Taiwanese eat fish head casserole. I want to eat this fish head casserole. We'll be in place. We'll be in place. If you want to enjoy the life in the countryside. Stop here. Zhejiang Temple in Baoan Street, Taipei. This century-old temple. Accompanied by a 100-year-old banyan tree. A corner of the city is quiet. But the taste buds have a big tongue, but they can't help being excited, whether sitting outdoors or indoors. The customers have been selling this pot for 30 years. Madame Zhang Wu Jin's casserole fish head. A lot of stuff here. There should be more than 10 kinds of 20 kinds. Exceed. Pork belly with golden needle and fungus. Pork belly with golden needle and fungus. Fish ball. Shrimp this shrimp. Sha-cha, sha-cha. Secret recipe? You look at these costs. How much are these materials? How do you earn? There are more than 15 hibiscus ingredients, delicacies from mountains and seas. Pot full. The affordable price is unimaginable. It is a delicacy that can be eaten in downtown Taipei. Zhang Wu Jin insists on ordering one pot and cooking one pot. Instead of a big pot, it is to let the guests eat the freshest, most intense flavor. Such a piece, meringue, 3 eggs. You don't have to be so ugly. It was originally a piece of cover. It used to be called quilt. I use it to stand up. The dishes are visible and delicious. Vegetables will slowly sink. Things boil slowly. The longer you boil, the better the taste. The longer you boil, the better the taste. This fish head casserole from selling. Just different from others. Eye-catching meringue. The soup is based on chicken broth. The ingredients that broke the news are almost full out of the pot. It took a lot of effort to turn the protagonist's fish head out. Absorbed full of soup after frying. Delicious and sweet. These fish heads. It's Zhang Wu Jin who goes to the market every morning to pick. It's going to be fried before it opens. This is also the big head carp head pear. This is about a few kilograms. It's about 5 or 6 caddies. We're all real. It's not that you can use it casually. You will know whether it is delicious or not after you eat it. Chub from the reservoir. During the peak season, more than 30 pieces will be fried in one day. It's 60 pieces of fish head, and there will be no more when the daily limit is sold out. Large pieces of fish head sizzling in the oil pan, burning smell when turning over. the crispness that runs through the body of fish. It also reaches the hearts of gourmets. Because there are a lot of ingredients in his fish head casserole. Then there are vegetables and fish. And meringues. So his soup is very sweet. I just saw you. Oysters also ate a lot, because I eat out. Rarely so big. Juicy feeling is really good. Of course, this business can't just have one signature dish. In addition to casserole, fish head must order in the store. All kinds of seafood are praised by customers. Especially the oysters of the season. It is from Zhang Wujin's hometown every day. Jiai Dongshi, transported up. Fresh from the field. You see such a big one. Does it taste better? It tastes more like Q, more oyster flavor. Simple boiled oysters. Taste with garlic soy sauce. There is an ancient taste in the umami. Fat oyster oversized. It's fun to eat. Zhang Wujin sells seafood regardless of cost. Get up at 6 o'clock every morning to prepare. Full of sincerity. It's all in this cupboard freezer. Many kinds. About 20 kinds. Not only about 340 kinds. This cod. Cod to cod. This noon. We had a table before. Come and eat 17 kinds of fish. He said, why there are so many fish in your house? My early days. I live by the sea in my country. What kind of fish in the sea can see? Good or bad? Otherwise, who will we sell if we buy randomly? Who will buy the broken one from you? Sweet fish, horsehead, white shrimp. Soft shredded clove fish. There are even rare frogs. It's hard to choose from so many. This is from childhood. Zhang Wujin, who lives on the seaside of Dongshi, become a living dictionary for guests. She is the boss and chief shopkeeper. Before entering the industry, I worked hard with my husband from the south to the north. Worked as a cement worker to wash cars. Also sold pork rib soup. Changing heads frequently and working 15 hours a day. All for real life. Money was not enough at that time. I have to raise 3 kids to pay the mortgage. Work hard. I come here to do very little rest. Work hard for the children. Seriously do this after eating a bite. I just asked people. Is there a booth here for rent? Tell me yes. I have been in Taipei for more than 50 years. I didn't even know there was this temple here. Relative told me here. I just started here. I came here and Mazu also blessed me a lot. Saved me many times. How to say save what? I was hit by a car. Bad things hold me. I have a light horoscope and I can see things. So you think it's Mazu? It's all Mazu who helped me. 1 here, 2 there. Take advantage of the spare time. Set out tables and chairs to welcome guests. The big banyan tree is the most natural eaves for doing business here. Zhang Wujin is grateful. This banyan tree was moved in the 3rd year of the Republic of China. It's been more than 100 years now. The tree god also has blessings. So you bless it. Now it's the daughter-in-law who is right with you. She is willing to learn and good at business. Be a good helper for mother-in-law. Lin Yusi has been married for more than 2 years. From complete layman. Getting better so far. Although Zhang Wujin is not strict, but everything needs to be careful. The homework for the daughter-in-law to get started is fried meringue. It needs to be at a certain temperature. It can't be too low temperature. So you learned from your mother-in-law. Have you studied for a long time? Because it is a technical. Don't let it get too focused, because it's burnt, it's all broken. Then you can't act like mom. The half-moon shape covers the whole fish head like this. My mother-in-law is very patient and taught me to. Even hope. Just let me learn. Because this is the basic. Mother-in-law and daughter-in-law can also be happy. Zhang Wujin versus Lin Yusi. Like my own girlfriend. Even if the daughter-in-law doesn't know how to cook, she is also patient and willing to teach. But in Lin Yusi's heart, mother-in-law is her idol. I think she's great, because the customer ordered. It's the dish that sometimes customers want. Tell her she'll be soon. Change it to him immediately. At the beginning our hot pot. When I just started. Sometimes in summer, there may only be 1 table of guests a day. It was really low tide. But mom always tells me, even if there is a table of guests a day. We do too. She will be optimistic. Everyone says business is bad today. All the guests will come tomorrow. I will do it seriously. Seriously work hard say. This stall must be done. Just let me do it. Well done. Come see, sit inside. Stir-fried seafood. Stir-fried fish skin with rich collagen, onion, garlic, pepper and umami taste soft, Q. pot gas lingering. It's full of ancient taste. Fried pork with preserved melon makes people want to eat again. Crisp melon. Served with springy pork sauce, it is full of flavor. Freshly sliced 3-layer pork. It is another signature dish in the store. Crispy skin with tender matsuzaka. Exactly. Zhejiang belongs to the good taste under the banyan tree. Zhang Wujin, self-taught. The key to cooking is the heat. And 30 years of vision, from cooking to feed the family, became a habitual interest. You said a guest got it. It's right to eat one pot for one person. Many, not only one. You are also scared. Tell me why you can eat so much. Because I often come to eat. I think it tastes very authentic. It's a very traditional taste. Old-fashioned, yes, we often meet here. I often come here to chat and eat. No matter it's hot, still cold weather. We will come here often in December. Summer too. Same goes for summer. Do you have feelings for this pot? I haven't eaten for a long time and I will miss it. I will think right. So, casserole fish head sometimes one day. Probably like 100 copies. New Year's Eve. There are many customers. New Year's dishes before the Chinese New Year. They were all pre-ordered 2 months ago. Connecting emotions with one pot fish head casserole. 3 or 5 friends having dinner and chatting. Enjoy the atmosphere under the century-old banyan tree. City corner. I can always see Zhang Wujin's mother-in-law and daughter-in-law every day. Busy figure. Simple storefront. It's as familiar as coming to your own kitchen. I used to doubt. She is a guest ordering fish head casserole, 2 or 3 pots at a time. I told her before, why don't you cook in a big pot at once? Let the guest just like this once. She said no, she would insist. It's just 1 pot of seasoning. So if one day I take over, I'll put some of her culinary insistence. Keep going. Not opportunistic. Then do change like this. Let young people do it. Our old ones just click. Otherwise, what to do? How can we always be so good? It's good to have money. Don't ask to earn a lot. It's good to have a good day. Sitting under the big banyan tree with Zhang Wujin for an interview. I think her smiling eyes shine the years and be quiet. The boiler stove here. There is more tranquil beauty in the bustle. Old Taipei people looking for memories. New gourmet taste fresh. 1 pot fish head casserole. Let people continue to tell stories at the entrance of the temple. Speaking of jjiangmian, it is a very common snack in Taiwan. There is such a room in Taipei Shilin, a noodle shop that sells the flavor of military dependence village. Boss Wang Yushan, Fu Qingshan's old father taught him the craft. Persistent slow work and careful work. Like fried sauce, it takes 2 hours, and keep stirring it. He himself is more because of his illness. Height changed from 175 to 160, but he relied on ambition. Work hard to cook every bowl of noodles. He said he was going to show his father in heaven. Because the father is the hero of the frogman. Take you into this story. The military flavor is cheaper, delicious and big bowl, fried, sauce noodles. The taste of it is very Q. The taste of it is very zero. And then, it's home noodles. So I just want to eat. I've always wanted to eat like this. It's not good, you don't need to pay. We are very democratic today. I said you pay for the delicious food. If it doesn't taste good, you don't need to pay. Anyway, it's cheaper when you come here for the first time. If it doesn't taste good, cheat less. Every new guest of mine will say so. Are you here to join us? Welcome to sit inside. Hungry. If you are hungry, sit inside. Are you 6 seats inside. Dining time. This noodle shop in Shilin, Taipei, sells the taste of a military village. Always packed. Everyone is busy eating noodles and drinking soup. I come here often. At least 6 or 7 times a month. It's fragrant. It seems to have been fanned with fire. It smells like it has been fanned. Overcome difficulties. Zhejiang noodles. Must add a little chili. Sauerkraut is also added. This bowl of Shandong military village is delicious. This is the guy with the towel on his head. Wearing a mask. Uncle with piercing eyes. The hand of Wang Yushan, who is known as the Fat Master. I can always see him full of energy. From Pingdong. In Pingdong, you can overcome difficulties. How about some hard noodles? Anyway, it's not good, only 45 yuan. It's not good, you don't need to pay. The boss talks a lot. Keep saying. It's fun, boss is fun. I think the boss is really humorous. He's very funny and just greets us. Then I like it. Such an atmosphere. Thank you, everyone, thank you. You are here to send charcoal in the snow. The boss opened the shop, not only humorous. What's sold in the store? CP value is super high. Let's talk about the marinade in the cabinet first. Using the labor-intensive white brine method. Purotus eringii, dried tofu kelp sweet or not spicy. Jigula of Keelung, Everyone is delicious. It will be reheated before serving. The material is full. Then it tastes delicious. I think it's very tasty. Then add onion sauce like this. Other customers over-recommended tomato braised beef noodles. Tomatoes are boiled with fresh tomatoes. There are 4 pieces of beef in a bowl of noodles. Each piece is more than 3 centimeters thick. And tender, but not firewood. I love beef noodles. Boss beef noodles are good. The meat is big and delicious. And his beef is very large. Inexpensive and delicious. Hello, it's an honor to serve you. Shandong fried vinegar sauce noodles come again. And this bowl of signature fried noodles. More must. Fried sauce not dead salty. You can smell it when you mix it. Invincible fragrant large shallot. Bean paste and sweet noodle sauce. Various fragrance levels. The most different thing is to say, his sauce is fried by himself. Very thick. It's salty is not that kind of dead salty. It's a very saturated feeling. Then it's noodles. It is a wide face like this. It's very tasty, very fragrant. Especially with a lot of bean sprouts in it. With little yellow claw silk. So it tastes very good. This is my noodle. Just that wide. Others say the boss, how did your noodles cook for so long? I say sorry, I'm not cheese noodles. No more expensive monthly gas bills. Thank you for joining us. Delicious again. It's not delicious, really don't come here. I don't know, did you say the official statement? His is exactly 1,000 yuan, forget it. Thanks. Because the noodles are delicious, guests love to come to join us, but many first-time visitors mistook the gate. A photo of a handsome frogman on the wall. Fat master. The true colors of a young hero. Actually, it was his father. Photos of Wang Xingchang when he was 19 years old. Look at my eyes covered. Every guest thought, photo, was me. Have a look. I mean, maybe it's just a name. Everyone is like this. I write so much that no one wants to read it. In fact, you may not know, Wang Yushan was Shandong descent. Used to be strong. Height is 175. He's even retired from the military police special service unit. Just got sick later. Height becomes 7,160. Go and buy random painkillers from pharmacies. Go and buy painkillers from Western pharmacies. After eating. Results from 175. Become now 160. Just hunchback like this. But shorter. His ambition is not diminished. Wang Yushan is proud of his father, because my father was in the Kinmen 823 artillery battle. Captain of the success squad. Go deep behind enemy lines in the rain of guns and bullets. He was the earliest. What are the rumors outside? Cut head and ears. Pick up intelligence officers. Receive the intelligence officer back. Pick up the intelligence officer. Swim to the other side. Go to the cannon position. Copy back the position of the gun. Let our side Kinmen fight back. Coral reefs take off their shoes. Which one is your father? This one. I worshipped my father as a hero since I was a child. He always likes to follow the kiss. Follow him to learn how to cook Shandong hometown dishes. This bowl of delicious noodles. It was also taught by his father. I met later. A Shandong cook. Make father's fried, marinated, sauce delicious. Adjusted to the extreme. But make this fried sauce. You have to fry it with your hands for 2 hours. The first thing is to fan out the whole pot of lard. Then put in a bunch of onions. Increase the fragrance. This fry is not only meat with bean paste, sweet noodle sauce stir fry. Take a closer look. Is this onion fragrant? Then you have to keep stirring like this. Then add the minced meat. Non-spicy chili sweet bean sauce. Why do you use bean paste every time? Must. Like just now. I didn't know before, just with my master. I'm too tired to be lazy. Pepper, onion, ginger, garlic. Throw it all together. He came over. You cook like this. You smell it. It's not the same as what I fried, so it turns out. A thing. Put something down and fry. There is a sense of hierarchy. I didn't know until then. And the last taste is the key. You've seen me put so much bean paste. This scoop is really special, I tell you. Don't look at it like this. This is Hunan bean paste. Can't find it in Taiwan. What are those from Yi County? This scoop down. The taste is different. Bei Jian kept drawing with both hands. 2 full hours. Fried sauce is the way to go. 0 fried sauce to be done. This pot is familiar with the taste of fried sauce. Reminds Wang Yushan of years ago. Dead father. Pause first. Wait a moment. It's because of rebellion when I was young and frivolous. Used to worry my father. Poor education. Then when I was young, also a dwarf mule, Taibao kind. Not popular. But after he went to the army, the relationship between father and son had improved because he was in the gendarmerie special service unit, learned combat and fighting skills. So too men. There are endless topics. He also knew. It turns out that my father was the captain of a frogman boat, risked life behind enemy lines. Just come back as a soldier. See my dad's medal. Those awards. I just know my dad is so powerful. This photo was taken during the mission. This is the only photo taken before the mission. Stay. He told you. Has he ever cut off someone's ear? In fact, I didn't know until later. They didn't mean to. Go kill those people. Small force combat. There are only 7 or 8 people in a boat. As soon as you land, once spotted by the enemy, you didn't kill him. 78 of you will be killed. Old photos on the table. It is a heroic portrayal of the father who went through life and death. Behind the photo, there are always endless stories. This is a war child orphan. This is in the army. Eat with them. Train together. I don't even know kids. This is what my dad said. After mission. Never came back. Look at all the physique. This has a foreigner. He is the advisory group of the US Army. The first to train. Idolize father. Wang Yushan after retiring from the army, from unrestrained to the right way. He worked several jobs. But after all, a culinary soul who loves military village dishes in his heart. He went to Shandong noodle shop to apply. Boss, watch me cook noodles. He said you can go to the back. Learn from behind. I learned how to cook noodles from behind. I grew up in a small dependent village. I dare not talk to master like this. The OS in my heart. My master told me with tongs and chopsticks. Can you eat this side? You said you want to be a noodle cooker, chef. You learn from behind. What's behind this? Do the washing up. Under the strict training of Master Shandong, in terms of noodles. Most people only know how to cook, but start a business. Dried noodle soup for takeaway. Everything has to be cooked properly. Transparent on both sides and white in the middle. Do you have? This takeaway noodle soup is separate. Just need this familiarity. Then the noodle soup is different. Your first noodle. Follow to the last bite. They all require cue. It can't be cooked just right. It won't be soft in the back. Wang Yushan worships. This Shandong chef is a teacher. 2 years of solid training. Almost finished. He fell to the bottom of his life. Caused by old wounds from former soldiers. Just throw judo on the ground like this. Hit like this. To fight every day like boxing. I don't know when I come back. Go to the pharmacy to buy painkillers. Eat results. Found out one day. How did you become shorter than your wife? Originally 175. Now it's 160. Originally, my wife used to be very small. Now look at my wife like an elephant. From tall and strong, become a full size smaller. No one can accept. Plus the death of his father. Wang Yushan has been self-enclosed for 5 years. Self-enclosed and afraid to go out to meet people. The mood will explode. Feel a little manic. Sometimes suddenly shout. It will be called. Then until one day. The doctor told me, you have to come out. And then saw. Seeing my wife working like this is also tiring. I can't help. She knows how I feel. Originally very cheerful person. Why did it suddenly change like this? She also knows. Fortunately, his wife was with him all the way, out of the woods. Seek famous doctors from all over the world. Weaning ourselves from painkillers. I didn't expect to rely on swimming in the end. Get out of this life. A doctor told me. You might as well go. Can't be solved anymore. You put the muscles in your back. Go swimming to work it out. It ended up saving me after I went swimming. Take me off steroids from 4 pills. 2 years only. Quit slowly and you don't need to eat. So he picked up the spatula again. Open noodle shop. To strengthen oneself. He is named after his father. Because of this store. I dare not mess around. Even if I say I'm tired today, sit there by the door. I still try my best to shout. Sit inside. Many locations. Not good, no money. This sentence in my mantra is 100%. I am very confident in my cooking. I really put my heart into it. I just want to tell. My Father in heaven says, his kids won't embarrass him. You like frying this meat, not a full soy sauce, lap. Cook 3 times. It's sauce flavor. That's what people say. The smell is up. In addition, he has a bold personality from the north. Front tendon meat in beef noodles. Always cut super bold and big. Really, I don't want to be like others. Some stores, how much meat is a bowl? How many pieces of your meat are in it? Let the guests eat better. I can't eat this bowl of meat after eating him. I share it with you. I like that feeling. From small to large, big mouthful of fish, big mouthful of food, big mouthful of fish, big mouthful of food. Used to eat. I tell you things can't be sold. All cost. And the tomato soup in the beef noodles. He even cooks it with a whole tomato. No ketchup. It tastes full of tomato fragrance. I didn't know. I also peeled off the skin. A doctor came and scolded me. Nutritionist. Why are you peeling off the skin? I said it would look better without it. Look at the whole red, green and green. No, skin is not slag is not very good. I just want that skin. It contains the most vitamin C. You peel off the skin. Only the one inside is useless. He reprimanded me verbally. I said sorry to him. Really, I learned. I am knowledgeable. From now on, I'll just blanch the tomatoes. Disinfection. No more peeling. Tomatoes are very fresh. We have seen him wash. Wash very clean. And a whole beautiful tomato. Go down and boil. So I especially feel very clean and delicious. So I really want. If you feel angry, you will want to eat. I miss it and want to eat here often. We used to come from the military dependence village. Just parked over there. I just saw that this store is very attractive to us. Looks at the signboard. Yes, we'll come in. Looking at Jappy. Yeah, we'll come in. Did not expect. Wow, it really looks like a military village. People say it's easy to make money by cooking food. I don't even know where the good money is. Why keep doing it? For my dad's name tag, make my dad's sign more glorious. I embarrassed my dad. This is the only chance. I keep fighting with my wife about this. The cost is so high, why don't you raise the price? I said that the price increase is not called military village flavor. I said people come to eat. Don't be afraid of being eaten. Coming here is not like a military village. This is our style. Otherwise every street, the whole street is full of beef noodle shops. Why do people like to eat our food? Real stuff. Just one word. Hard work and persistence. Thanks. Thank you for setting charcoal in the snow. Thanks. Wang Yishan relied on his father, talked to master of Shandong noodle shop, handed down to his craft, enable him to earn a living. And he worked so hard, to make every bowl of noodles, just to get more people to come. Knowing that his father is Eng. Alleys in Don District, Taipei. There is one advertised, Cantonese shunned hot pot restaurant. Authentic Bubu clam pot. All the clams are plump and fresh. Cooked with hand-cut garlic. Soup is quite sweet. Famous flame goose. Rice wine. Add more than 10 kinds of Chinese herbal medicines, pickled. Stewed with rice wine and sauce. Goose skin roasted until slightly charred. It tastes thin and tender. Tangy aroma. Makes people move their index fingers. In cold hurricane weather, steaming pot. Boiling tongue big desire. Various types of hot pot. Attract many gourmets to try. One of them specializes in Cantonese-style hot pot. It is eye-opening. I have actually been to this store 3 times. Because I think it's delicious. I was intimidated when I first came. That's what I think. Because I ate in another room before. I think that clam tastes. It just gets dry when cooked. But this one won't. It tastes fat and sweet. It's whole juice. Say in that clam on the left, it's essence. It's all in the soup like this. So its soup tastes very sweet. How often do you want to come? How long does it take to get a seat? Can't order now. Because I am a seafood fan. I like seafood more than meat. So when I eat seafood, I will know. This new is not new, including the shrimp that I ate last time. Their meat quality is also very Q-bomb. Shunned, Guangdong, which used to be called Fengqing. Famous for its gourmet food since ancient times, different from the bottom of the general clear soup. Cantonese-style pot bottoms are varied. Like this one with lots of clams and garlic, stewed pork clam pot. It is said that it is a popular late-night snack for shunned people. Once the lid is opened, fatty clams burst open instantly. Umami. Eat hot pot in cold weather to replenish your body. Can't help but take one bite after another. Cannot stop. Our new clam supplier is on the west side of Yunlin. There's a famous clam champion. We actually tried his clams. After trying it on us, found his clams. The first is its vitality, really very good. For example, because when our clams are opened, why are we called bubu clams? Just wish it had a bubbling sound. When its clams open, that strength is really good. Yes, and after cooking, even if you boil it with plain water, its soup can drink. Delicious without fishy smell. Clams are the essence of bubu clam pot soup. Yang Chunlan has to be like a beauty pageant every day. Check carefully. Too thin and too small. Those that are not fresh must be eliminated. We use it a day. About 80 to 100 caddies of clams, equal to the clams we use in a day. There will be about 4,000. The first one is that we have to spit sand first. Although the production area helped us spit sand, but we still have to puke again. The second action is we're going to knock it. Yes, because if the clams die, it sounds rather muddy. A pan about 36 centimeters in diameter, covered with nearly 100 clams. Each one has been carefully selected. Flesh. So the boiled soup is quite sweet. Another way. The flaming goose that attracts the attention of guests. It is also a must for gourmets. There is an authentic Cantonese-style pot in Taipei, famous and delicious shunned cuisine. The boss also made a special trip to Macau to learn from a teacher. Let everyone do not have to go abroad. Can also taste. Authentic taste of famous stores in Macau. During frying, boiler gas is very important. It will fry the goose until both sides are burnt. Force out its burnt aroma. You can cook. If overcooked, you overcook it when you simmer. That goose meat will be too much. Use Taiwan's local Jiaowen goose. Thin skin and tender meat. Stir fry the aroma first. Then more than 10 kinds of Chinese medicinal materials and goose meat. Stew together until the meat is softened and colored. Fry the goose until it is colored. Drugged wine. Drizzle with rice wine. The purpose is to increase the aroma of the wine. Burn excess alcohol after ignition. Orange blue flame, floating on the surface of the pot, is full of visual sense. It is also the highlight of this dish. After getting angry, we'll wait until the alcohol evaporates. We'll close the pot. When closing the pot, we'll start the pot and stew on the side. Basically, it will be simmered for 20 minutes. Fry roasted goose skin until golden and crispy. The goose is full of sauce and wine. Sweet, tender, not deadly salty. The tangy aroma makes the index finger move. It's quite intoxicating just by looking at it. Taiwanese goose species are difficult to handle. High fiber. The other one is, we found out that actually burning on the table. Follow in the kitchen to burn. It's not enough to light a fire to burn. We are in this dish. Simmer for 20 minutes, then burn at once with 2 bottles of rice wine. After serving, you can't eat right away. You have to burn another half bottle of rice wine. Then we add onion and garlic. Then let you taste it slowly. Stack it layer by layer. To be able to eat. Yang Chunlan, who is very interested in food. Nearly 20 years of service in the financial industry. Fast-paced and high-pressure life. Leaving him with little breathing room. Although the financial industry looks good. But over the years. It is probably after the financial tsunami. You could say for about 10 years. The financial industry is not very prosperous. Although many hearts say, you're a foreign money kid, etc. But in fact, there is a lot of pain in my heart. Yang Chunlan encountered a bottlehead at work. Company downsizing wants to streamline manpower. And by chance. Chen Jingyao. Jobs in tourism. Impacted by the new crown pneumonia epidemic. Sharp drop in income. When I first started my business. The order has been filled for 1 year. Then after 1 full month of starting a business, it's the outbreak of the new crown pneumonia epidemic. So maybe I'm just happy. Only 1 month. All orders will be cancelled after 1 month. My wife is also a flight attendant. So it's the two of us. Until now. We have been unemployed for 2 years. Unemployment pressure, economic burden, make them panic. Don't even know where the future is headed. At this time, when Chen Jingyao remembered, when leading a group in the tourism industry, delicious food once eaten in Macau. Cantonese hot pot or shunned cuisine in Taiwan. Actually very few. Or did not do it. Then I think it's a good smell. But Taiwan did not. I feel so sorry, they are looking at the Taiwan market. Few dishes with Guangdong shunned flavor. Special trip to Macau. Visit the famous stores favored by Taiwanese and Hong Kong superstars. Apprenticeship. Let everyone not go abroad. Can also taste. Authentic Cantonese flavor. Fry until about 6. I'm going to cook. Because you fried this fish too well. You can't taste it if you cook it down. Big plate fish is shunned. One of the most famous dishes. Paying great attention to the fragrance and smooth taste. The quality of the fish. Very strict requirements. Big fish generally circulated in Taiwan. Common in rutabaga. So basically we're going to do a big plate of fish presentation. Only pick this fish. And its meat quality is relatively burn resistant. Because our dish is simmered. Force out the sour gas of sauerkraut. Basically sauerkraut is enough. 6 caddies baked carp. Add plenty of prawns and clams. Use the aroma of Chinese herbal medicines. Freshness of seafood. Cover the earthy smell. It also brings out the freshness of the fish. Fish absorption sauce. Not only no fishy smell, it tastes tender and Q-bomb. Actually 2 people, for the first cooperation to open a restaurant, are very cautious. High quality is also required. But at the beginning of the process of finding ingredients is also difficult. When I first contacted him, the small farmer, it is the Agriculture and Fisheries Association or the medium and large merchants, don't want to introduce us, because he said he was wrong about the restaurant, is also my partner. especially ran to Yunlin. Then the whole family went down. Help him pick clams, then chat with him. Just spent a lot of time to build this relationship. This is the first direct to restaurant. Although Yang Chunlan and Chen Jingyao, not from catering, but they are also. Discuss with the master and learn from the experience, like this winter melon porridge. To choose southern Taiwan, large wax gourd with green skin and more than 30 centimeters in diameter. First, remove the seeds from the wax gourd and hollow it out into a cup. Generally, you will be more focused on engraving this, because of its density. And his hand must be close to the knife. In addition to testing the master's knife skills, another very important. It's the choice of rice. When we went to Macau to study. In fact, they in shunned use 4 kinds of rice. A specific ratio to match. Then you can let the aroma of the whole rice come out specially. But because we returned to Taiwan, like the Northeast rice, it's hard to get. So we are in Taiwan. In fact, we have to do some evolution. So they visited various villages and towns in Taiwan. Choose from 6 types of rice. Multiple test adjustment ratio. If we use Thai basmati rice or sticky rice, it's the consistency. For those, premium rice from Taiwan is hoping to increase its aroma. In addition to the choice of rice, it also has to be laboriously stewed for 2 hours. Push the porridge moderately during the process. Only then can we reach shunt guangdong, the so-called eating rice, but not rice, the boundary of grain blossom. It can't push too often, because too often, it'll rot all over and turn into rice milk. So we are. If you don't push it, it will burn the bottom. White porridge served with winter melon as a soup base. Extra natural sweetness from winter melon. Add fresh shrimp and boil. Let you taste it once. It is the double delicacy of porridge and pot. It tastes warm and warm. The sweet taste spreads in the mouth. That porridge tastes so smooth. You don't have to chew right, but he just let you taste first. After the porridge, add seafood to cook. Then the porridge will taste like seafood. I go to the hot pot restaurant every time. Must eat clams. Yes, then come here. Just open the lid. Wow, so many clams. Then they clams again. Spit sand has been dealt with cleanly. And his clams are big too. Like it very much. Along the way, with a determination to let go, Yang Chunlan and Chen Jing believed. Just hold on. Dreams will come true. This is located in Zhejiang District, Taipei City, time-honored restaurant. Ningbo snacks in the store. Like Huchuan rice dumpling, sesame rice balls stuffed with osmanthus wine, Ningbo rice cake, and ribs rice. They are all well-known town store treasures. Chow Ai-chin is the second-generation successor of the old shop. Mother's dying tears. Let her stand up and take over. Lost marriage and health. But she still refuses to give up. Inheritance. Just to keep the old taste from disappearing. Increase slowly? Because it can't drop too much water at once. Because it's too much, it will all be mushy. It can't hit. Its Q strength will not come out. While explaining to us, while carefully observing the condition of the dough. This is related to the texture of the glutinous rice balls. Even if it has been more than 7 years since I went home to take over, Hong Xiqing is still fighting. Dare not be careless, bearing the heavy responsibility of inheritance. Hong Xiqing step by step. Following the methods passed down from previous generations, seemingly simple stuffing. In fact, there is a secret. I couldn't wrap it up when I first started learning, because our flour is pure glutinous rice flour. It has no flour or what. So compared to the general glutinous rice balls outside, its powder is soft, so if you act when holding for too long, it won't wrap. It will all collapse. Making glutinous rice balls is faster than time. Also need endurance. Pay attention to the pure handmade glutinous rice ball skin. Thin, glutinous and elastic. Sesame stuffing mixed with lard. Melts into sesame quicksand when heated. Cleverly sweet. Lightly salted osmanthus soup. Neutralize with slightly sour fermented rice. A hint of sweet scented osmanthus remains in the finish. It is a unique taste that insiders can't miss. And this bowl of glutinous rice balls, it's not just about heart. And Hong Xiqing's filial piety to her mother. Really at that time, we are really short of people. Actually, I don't really like forcing children. Then ask her. I'm sick now, I'm missing someone. Do you want to come back? She thinks about it. How much do you give me? The mother and daughter are calm. Laughing about the past. Do you want to take over this old shop? It's actually a big choice. Chow Ai-chin's father, Chow Guokai, was from Ningbo. Worked in a well-known restaurant in Shanghai. In his 20s, he fled to Taiwan with the nationalist government. With his wife Zhou Shaozhen, opened a restaurant in Zhejiang District, Taipei City. Opened in 1942 to the present. Go through a 60 years. Whether it is sesame glutinous rice dumpling, Huzhou rice dumpling, Ningbo afternoon cakes are all about handwork. Ningbo rice cakes, etc. Pay attention to handwork. It is also a well-known treasure of the town shop. My mother gave birth to 6. Actually, I was the 6th child. I'm already going to give someone away. But my mother got tied up. So our little grandmother said, then you are about to be tied up. Why are you giving away the last one? Then you might as well feed yourself. Anyway, one more or one less is fine. I was left again. Maybe it's fate. The unbearableness of the parents. Keep Chow Ai-chin by my side. Many years later, when older siblings retire and immigrate to the US, inextricably thick family affection. It also made Chow Ai-chin nod and agree to take over the old store. She, mother, just said in tears. Just saying this doesn't mean you don't make money. Just saying this doesn't mean you don't make money. Not to say make a lot of money, but it is definitely possible to support a family. Then I listen to her talk like this. Maybe our next generation. I don't know if I will pick it up, right? I say yes. Then I say I do it and see, but I don't have that skill, right? Always need a lot of assistance. There is always a group of people. It's just very cooperative and I'm right. So I'm slowly doing it now. It just focuses on where it's simmering. And the way you deal with the carp. How do you reduce the salt content of the carp without losing the umami of stupidity itself? The so-called is dried fish, means slow fire. Braised wuxi steak is a combination of salted fish and meat steak, 2 cents in one. The aroma is very attractive when served on the table. In addition, the stewed lion head. Also very popular in the store. My fat to thin ratio is 7:3. Because of this ratio, yes, we have verified. We have also tried. This ratio is the best. You can feel the meat. You can also eat the smooth and tender oil. Combine the lion head ingredients, egg plate, tofu, water chestnut, etc. After stirring together, be beaten hard. We'll have muscle. Then fry in pan. Until golden and crispy. This is a must-order lion head dish, full of Chinese cabbage sweetness. And the umami of the meat. The meat is very soft and delicate. It won't fall apart in one clamp, and it's quite a meal. Our ribs are non-stick. The bones are thicker. When frying, the bones go first. Fry it a little. Otherwise it's cooked. The bones may not be cooked yet. Homestyle Shanghai vegetable rice. It is fried green cabbage and uncooked rice, cooked together. The rice grains absorb the sweetness of bok choy. More charming. Ribs bigger than the palm of your hand. Glossy sauce. And golden brown skin. Aroma rippling in mouth. Once you eat it, you will never forget it. Rib meat is really delicious. Tender and slippery. And the rice is not sticky. The grains are delicious. 20 years. You have been eating for more than 20 years. Never get tired of eating. Never get tired of eating. Really good workmanship. This cartilage needs to be removed first. This cartilage cannot be wrapped in meat dumplings. The old man will choke to death if he bites. Running a restaurant is a lot of work, quite cumbersome. Xing Chaori, 10 years younger than Chow Ai-chin. But quite considerate. All can do. He does it all. She wasn't really fit to be in the kitchen. Of course, after being sick, she can't use her hands very hard. This part is even more untouchable. Hit it off. I have a bad temper. Why is Mr. willing to do it for Mrs. Tempered? Hard to find a wife. The wife is not for pain, otherwise why? There are companions on the road of life. No matter how big the storm is, you will not be alone. Because the daughter is reluctant to give up the hard work of her mother. Also decided to go home and take over to help. I also met a customer and said, God, you must hold on. You must hold on. You must hold on. Otherwise. I lost the meaning of going back to Taiwan. I want to say, is it that serious? Scared me. I want to keep a spirit that is. Family or family cohesion. That's very traditional and simple. That kind of spirit. Family together is the greatest happiness. Setbacks and storms along the way will turn into the sweetest fruit.